Welcome to my YouTube channel, English Remastered. Let us rediscover the intricacies and nuances of the English language and prepare to be amazed. In the last video, we had reacquainted ourselves with similes. In this video, we continue the journey and examine certain other aspects of similes. We move on to six types of similes. Direct similes. Direct similes make straightforward comparisons using as or like. They are simple and instantly recognizable. She sings like a nightingale. Implied similes. Implied similes suggest a comparison without stating it outright, relying on context and imagery. They often feel more subtle or poetic. He slithered into the gathering, unnoticed and unwelcome. The next two types of similes, extended similes which stretch across multiple lines or sentences and are more elaborate, are common in literature and storytelling. His mind was like a maze, twisting and turning, always one step ahead with no clear exit in sight. Metaphor similes blend simile and metaphor by using like or as in a symbolic way rather than a literal comparison. Her words hit like daggers, each cutting deeper than the last. And the last two types of similes. Antithesis similes pair opposites in a comparison to emphasize contrast or irony. They often reveal surprising truths or highlight contradictions. She was as loyal as a traitor with a smile. Personification similes. These give human traits and behavior to objects, natural elements, or animals through comparison, often adding emotional depth. The old house groaned like an old woman rising from bed. So, what are the uses of similes? Similes make language more vivid and engaging. They clarify ideas, stir emotion, and add style, helping readers and listeners connect with characters, arguments, and settings more easily. Below are some effective ways writers and speakers use similes. Descriptive. Descriptive similes paint a clear picture of someone or something by comparing it to a well known image or experience. As sharp as a knife, like a breath of fresh air. Expressive. These similes help convey deep feelings, adding emotional weight to the expression. As angry as a hornet, like a feather caught in the wind, as sad as a rainy day. Animal. Animal similes compare people or situations to animals to convey quickly traits like speed, hunger, or energy. They are common in everyday speech and easily comprehensible, like a squirrel chasing its tail, as hungry as a bear. Literary similes are more artful and elaborate, often found in poetry, prose, or plays. They can evoke deeper meaning, emotion, or imagery. In Romeo and Juliet, William Shakespeare says, "Is love a tender thing? It is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like thorn." In Harlem by Langston Hughes, he says, "Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun, or fester like a sore, and then run?" In the famous poem Daffodils by William Wordsworth, the lines are, "I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills." A few more things about similes. Similes are commonly used in literature, speeches, advertising, and everyday speech. They can be used to create vivid images and to make surprising connections between two dissimilar things. They should be avoided in formal contexts like academic writing. Not all comparisons that use like, as, or than are similes. That is because some comparisons may be literal. You look like your father, or you look like $1,000,000. I am as fast as you, or I am as fast as lightning. In previous videos, we have examined first the metaphor and then the simile. Similes and metaphors are both used to make a comparison between two unlike things. However, they have different functions. A simile makes an explicit comparison between two things. For example, love is like a whirlwind. A metaphor makes an implicit comparison by saying that something is something else. For example, love is a whirlwind. Further, unlike similes, metaphors do not use words like, as, or than. Instead, they usually contain a form of the verb be to equate two things. For example, you are an angel. This is not literal, but rather used to emphasize a specific implied quality, in this case, kindness. Similes could be converted to metaphors. For instance, instead of saying, her eyes sparkled like diamonds, we can say, her eyes were diamonds. Instead of saying, the moon hung in the sky like a silver ball, we can simply say, the moon was a silver ball. Sometimes similes and metaphors function in much the same way, as in, oh, my love's like a red, red rose, in the Robert Burns poem, A Red, Red Rose. This could be turned into the metaphor, my love is a red rose, without confusing the reader. Simile versus analogy. There are two main types of analogies. Identical relationship analogies indicate the logical relationship of things being compared. For example, A is to B as C is to D. Shared abstraction analogies compare two unlike things that share a common quality to illustrate a point or make an argument. Analogies of shared abstraction are closely related to similes, but they serve slightly different purposes. We continue the discussion. While similes are typically used to describe something, analogies of shared abstraction are used to explain something or to make an argument. Examples of shared abstraction analogies: learning a new language is like building a house. It requires a solid foundation, attention to detail, and time. A goal is like a compass, it gives you a sense of direction. Life is like the theater, and we all play many roles. Friends, you are the reason why this video has been created. Are you prepared to be amazed again? If so, we would love to bring more videos for your consumption, each different from the rest. Please subscribe, press the bell icon, like and share. Thank you.